Introduce ourselves.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Lee Short. I'm the Project State Student Representative. Glad to have you guys today.
I'm Candace Eck. I'm student representative too.
Missy Patton, I'm a student rep also, and thanks for coming.
Stacy Smith, it's good to see you all here today. Thank you for coming. Should I just jump right in? Okay.
Absolutely.
I think I am going to stand actually.
Absolutely.
So we're going to share with you just some different aspects of things that you can do to take full advantage of your college experience. And I'm going to be covering things that you can do on campus, things that, departments that you can go to and services that are offered. Have you guys ever looked at an itemized bill for your tuition and seen all of the different charges that we all have to pay? I had a professor once tell me, you know when they have all those free things on campus, they're not really free, you've already paid for them. So just go ahead and do as many things as you possibly can because you're already paying for it. And that has stuck with me. So I would like to start with talking about the Wilcoxon Health Center. Have any of you ever gone to the health center on campus before? I have, and it's free. It's wonderful if you just have something minor. And especially for those that I know live on the dorms, it's very handy. But it's a great thing that you can go take advantage of if you get strep throat or something like that. And also, I've got quite a bit of information on the dental clinic. Have any of you been to the dental clinic on campus? Okay, this is really a great deal. For students, for $10, you can get a full exam. That's the cleaning and x-rays and sealants. They will do sealants. They do not do any reparative work. They don't fill cavities or anything. But for $10, you can get that done. And I know to go to a dentist, it's well over $100 for those services. Plus, if you do need to get work done, they will give you the x-rays and you can take it to the dentist that will be doing the work for you. And it's $10, no matter how many times you have to come back. Here's the catch. You either pay with time or money, and since this is only a $10 service, it does take a lot of time because they're training these dental hygienists. So it's from 8 to 10:45, or they have 12:30 to 3:15 appointments. So it's a couple of hours of your time to invest, but it's for $10. And the appointments are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you are not a Missouri Southern student, it's only $20. So that's a great service that you guys could take advantage of. And then I was going to talk with you guys about the CAB events. Have you guys ever done any of the Wellness Wednesdays or the movies or any of the special speakers they bring in? Fabulous stuff. There's many ways you can keep up with these activities as well. You can always check the website. Does anyone here have the Missouri Southern app on your phone? I love that. It keeps you in touch with everything that's going on campus. I went to the Found Footage Film Festival or something a couple months back. Hilarious. It was so fun. And there's often free food. Can't beat that. And there's also lots of concerts and plays that aren't necessarily a CAB event, but the drama department or the music department, especially this time of year, there's lots of great concerts, and they're free. Library services, I have a handout about this over there. There are so many things that you can do at the library. You can have, you can access other libraries and get interlibrary loans. If it's not a book Southern has on campus, there are other colleges that you can get the books from. There's some great databases with hundreds of ebooks that you can access. They have a great faculty and staff who will help you. There's the research desk toward the back. Mr. Capecci is wonderful at telling you where to go and who to talk to for what you need. And there's always the use of their computers. Some days I just don't want to carry my laptop around. You can just go in there, and if you have any online homework to do or write a paper, it helps to not have to lug around your computer. And lastly, I was going to talk about the rec center. Have you guys ever been to the rec center for anything? It's a great place too. It has an indoor track. They offer lots of exercise classes, and there's a pool, but it's in the Leggett and Platt building. And if you are intimidated, because it is intimidating, all of those machines and things, just ask for someone to give you an orientation. But that's something that a big chunk of our tuition goes to, and so we might as well be using that to some capacity. And I just wanted to encourage you guys, if there's something that you don't know, ask. Do not be afraid to ask. And there's a sheet right here with all the little print on it. It has all the different campus services, what they do, who to contact, the location, which building it's in. And this might be handy just in case you need to know where to go to find a certain service. But don't hesitate to ask people, or maybe your project day advisor, if you guys have anything that you are interested in and you don't know how to get what you need, ask for help. And the last thing I wanted to share with you, I copied these all. These are from some different websites of different student discounts that we could receive. I can't vouch for these. I have not personally checked into these. These are just things that I found online. But there's all sorts of things that with either your edu email address or your student ID, you can get great discounts on everything from electronics to clothing stores to museums to restaurants. There's just tons of things here. So basically, if you're going anywhere, ask if they accept a student ID for a discount. It never hurts to ask.
Including your cell phone bill.
Yeah, that's on here too, some cell phone things.
I know AT&T gives a discount. I think it's 10% or something.
There's just tons of stuff like that, things I never would have expected. So it costs a lot of money to go to school, and if there's a way that you can use that to help you out, do it. But I'm going to start asking around a lot more because there's a lot of things that you could possibly save a few bucks on.
I know one example downstairs where you get your student ID, that you can also purchase movie tickets down there as well, for the movie theaters here. And so, they're a little bit cheaper. I mean, you may
It's like
save a couple
matinee
bucks.
cost.
Yeah.
You can use it any time of the day.
Yeah.
You get matinee for it.
And they also have deals like on water parks and various activities.
All
I
that
mean,
stuff.
So it's always good to go down there and ask them what type of discounts or tickets you have that I can purchase. Now obviously the movie one is pretty popular, but they may have other things as well. And I didn't know that until I started working here, and I was telling Dorian that I was going to go to the movies, and I said, well, why don't you get one of the cheaper tickets? I'm like, what cheaper ticket? Where? So you never know until you start asking around. But downstairs in this building, you can go down there and you can get discount tickets. So.
Thank you, I didn't even know that. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm Missy, and I'm going to sit down because I forgot my reading glasses, so I'm going to have to be close to my papers. And I'm going to first talk about the Student Success Center. Have any of you ever used the Student Success Center? They offer a lot of good services, like they have college academic skills where you can go take tests to see where, what classes you would be, what major you would be better for, where you would fit in, whether it's writing or business or, science. They offer tutor training. If you want to be a tutor, you can go and they will train you to be a tutor. So they do tutoring in content areas, which means it's a specific area, that like English, creative writing, they just will do it to a specific area too. So they offer writing lab services. If you are not used to writing and you need help with writing, they have writing labs, so you can go in there and take advantage of that. They also have a computer lab. So, if you don't have a computer at home or your computer's down, you can go in there and use the computer lab. And then they offer the services for students with disabilities. If you're a student with a disability and you need to sit closer to the front of the classroom, or you need a desk instead of, some of those classrooms have the old school style desk where you sit there and it tilts up. So that they offer the desks that are flat for students that need a flat desk. And then there's advising, counseling, and testing services, also known as ACTS. Oh, thank you.
There we go.
They offer advice advising for students that are undecided as on a major. If you don't have a declared major, then you will be assigned an advisor in that department, and they help you with, lining out your classes and getting your schedule together for your semesters. Let's see. Career exploring, they offer they'll help you find out what career you might be best suited for, and they can enroll you in computer planning courses, and they meet with your ACS advisor to explore your academic and career choices. Counseling services, they offer confidential personal counseling at no charge to students. If you're struggling with stress or anxiety, depression, other types of personal issues, you can go and talk to somebody. That sometimes it helps if you have somebody to talk to. And they also offer consultation and referral. Like the May 2011 tornado, there was a lot of people that were affected by that, and they offer, you can go in and consult with them, and if you need more, a professional more than the level they give, they can refer you to a professional also. So, which button is it? This one? They also offer testing services, and there's a lot of different testing services that they offer. There's like the ACT, the college entrance exam. They offer you to go there and study for that. The Missouri Educator Gateway Assessment, the HiSET, which used to be called GED, high school equivalency. They offer the CLEP test. If you have a class that you want to test out of, that's a CLEP, and you can go in there and they will help you take those. I lost my place. The Lion Alert. This is the student success initiatives. It provides a service for students that are at academic risk. If you're not, if your grades are suffering or something, they can offer help there. If you're having a hard time struggling with your classes, they like to identify students that are at risk of dropping out, and they will offer assistance to those students.
And I can tell you from my experience teaching UE class, like if we see a student who has really poor attendance or they're failing during that semester, we're encouraged to use this line alert where we go in there and we will basically tell the ACS office who the student is, what the issue that we're having, and then someone from their department will actually contact that student and kind of check in and make sure that they're okay, and try to address whatever concern that the instructor has. I mean, that's essentially what it's doing. And then if there is any, problems, then, the ACT office will work with them to try to get something set up where we can help them. Whether it's continually corresponding with their professor, trying to work something out between them, or if there's some other family crisis or something going on. It's just a way where we can try to, address whatever issue early on, so that way it doesn't come there towards the end and, they're gonna flunk out of, their classes. And so that's essentially what line alert is. And anyone can do it. It's not just professors. Even students can line alert another student. So it's not just confined, where it's, a person in authority does it to the student. The students can also do the same thing, to other students that they think there's something wrong.
Well, yeah,
they can do
whether
that.
it's an alcohol problem or drug problem, or if you think your friend is suicidal or
Yeah.
anything. I mean, I've had to do it before, and I've had students that have had to line alert other students.
Yeah. So it's not just confined to, a professor or someone that has to do it. If you see a student that you feel is struggling or has some problems, and it's confidential, so I mean, you put it on there, you say, this is what I feel like is going on with the student, I really think, they need some help, and, you're basically left out of it. They're not gonna mention, so-and-so said that you did this, so it is a good service.
And then PATH, which is the Path to Academic Success, it is specifically to identify freshmen that are struggling with academic issues, that are, missing classes, and like Eddie said, and stuff. So, but that's more for instructors and advisors that see the freshmen that are struggling, so that they can go ahead and get their degrees too. And then, let's see, the last thing I want to talk about is career services. And career services, they offer major or career development, and that is, you have a choice. You've decided on what major you want to take, but maybe you're not sure exactly what direction you want to take in that field. They can help you with that. They do assessments in your major and career decisions. Are you on the right path for this, career? Are you, are your classes, taking the right classes for this major? They offer career research tools. They have mock interviews, career events such as the career fairs they hold every, spring semester? And then super leaders, I've not personally participated in that, but we did have a student rep that was a super leader. No, that was Eliza that was a super leader. So we have had students that have been in there.
And
My
Candace's son.
Yeah, my son is a super leader, and that is a really good program, which I think you're going to talk about that more, so.
Yeah. They offer staff assistance with graduate applications if you decide you want to go on to graduate school, and they will help you with those applications and deciding on what schools you might want to apply to. They do the optimal resume. That's where you can go in and videotape yourself. It's a online thing, and you videotape yourself giving an interview so that you can get more comfortable doing interviews.
It's really
Optimal
easy.
resume.
Well, you
Yeah.
can do your resume, your cover letter, references, interviews, like you can do it all right there, and it's so easy. You just put the information in, and it formats it for you.
And it helps you put out a quality
Yeah.
resume and cover letter. And then Hire a Lion is an online service for students, and alumni. They can go on there and see what kind of jobs are out there that, they're specifically looking to hire Missouri Southern students, so that's a real good service too.
Okay. And I'm going to talk about study abroad, because I'm like totally for it. If I could do it, I would do it, but I have 5 kids and I'm taking care of them. But, I just highlighted a couple of the opportunities, and I have a paper here. We hand this up, and you guys can look at this, and if you want more information, sign up for an email.
I thought you go see.
Sign up for an email, and I'll send you links on how to find the information. But here you have, for Sweden, you can go to Sweden, and you get credits for going. You'll get your actual college credits. If you go through ISEP, it's your cheapest way, plus you're getting your credits. And it's kind of just like a college exchange. Here you got the business school. I wanted to go on this really bad. And it talks about the prices. It was like $2,700, I think. You get to go to Barcelona and Paris. And you're learning about business while you're there from these different companies that are over there. English, they get to go to Dublin. Love to go to Dublin. And the reason I really am for this study abroad is because you're getting to do these things. You're getting a whole experience for a lot cheaper cost than you're going to ever get in your life. My son's going to Costa Rica with the Environmental Health Department from May 10th to the 26th. And I think it's around $3,000 it's going to cost him. Plus he got the $750 grant, so it's even cheaper. And I was just like, you're doing this. I don't care what you say, you're doing this because you're never going to have that kind of opportunity again. And it'll be his first time ever getting to do anything like that. And there's the short term, those were all short term. Those are like over the summer. But then you've got semester long opportunities. They go to London, they go to Japan, South Korea, China, think again, there's one in Ireland, Sweden. So there's several places you can go and spend a whole semester over there and get your credits at the same time. And oftentimes there's ones that it doesn't really cost you any more than what your tuition is here. You can still use your grant aid and all of that towards it. So I am really big on the study abroad if you can do it. And this is internships. If you go to Hireline, as she talked about Hireline, and you click, if you click on that link, if you have the PowerPoint, you click on that link, it'll take you. And you just put in internships, and there are a lot of internships, including paid internships. There's some that are unpaid, there's some that are paid. Meeks every summer does internships. And there's different departments that they do internships, and it's paid. So it's just right over here. So that's a really good opportunity. This is the COSTEP program. My son is going with the junior COSTEP program. When he gets back from Costa Rica, he's going to Reno, Nevada from June until August. And he's going to be paid $2,800 a month. Plus, they're paying for his room and board, everything, his gas money while he's there. So he's getting paid to be there and getting paid to live there. So that was through the COSTEP program. There's also, he was part of the Super Leaders, and he's also part of the Young Professionals Network that's through that. And he gets emails every day, tons of emails on internships. So if you get into the Super Leaders and the Young Professionals Network, you're going to get lots of heads up. Here's an internship. You're going to get them before anybody else gets them. So, and I mean, everybody knows. And and how I told him was, he's never had a job. He hasn't had to have a job. So he doesn't have that experience on his resume. Well, just because you have a degree, doesn't mean you're going to get a job. But if you have that internship, there's your work experience. So him adding that internship on there is going to, well, look, I've already done work in that field. So internships are great for that.
Thank you. Great job, you guys. I'm Lee, once again. And first off, I'd like to go on the record saying, being as I'm recording this, is that I love Project State. You know, this is going to be my last presentation as a student representative because I'm graduating. But this has been a wonderful program for me. I've made some dear friends, and it's really helped me a lot. So you guys are in a good program. And I'm going to talk about networking and leadership. And you may wonder, why is it important to network? Well, networking allows you to make connections and build enduring beneficial relationships. Networking operates as a catalyst to ensure you meet the right people and expand your sphere of influence. Lastly, networking allows employers in the community to know who you are. So if you begin to go to these different companies, and doesn't have to just be specifically online. I mean, you can go to the companies, maybe get to know somebody. But the more you get your name out there, then the better opportunity you have of getting a job, because we have around here especially, there's a very competitive job market. I mean, we're not the only ones that are seeking employment. So the more that you get your name and you network, then the better chance you have of getting a job if someone's familiar with you and kind of know a little bit about you. There's 5 benefits of networking. Change the slide for you guys. Friendship benefits, opportunities, advice, you can get assistance, and positive influence. I mean, it's a lot easier if you have someone that's maybe already working for the company, and so you can network with them, and if you get hired on at that job, well, then you got someone there. You don't have to, when you first go to a school or any kind of a new environment, someone you don't know, well, of course, there's that awkward feeling because you don't know anybody. You kind of stick out, but it's a benefit is if you know someone, then you can maybe they could even train you, and you'd feel more comfortable in that sense. And like I said, there's several opportunities because, like I said, you're getting your foot in the door first. You're getting your foot in there, and I mean, when you're there, you talk with people. You go to people, you talk to them, maybe share a little humor. I mean, don't go overboard, over the top, but get to know them, let them see you as a person. And so it gives you opportunity that if they say, well, I talked to that person, they were pleasant to talk to, had a good attitude, may get you in for an interview. you can get advice from people that are there that would be willing to, maybe say, what kind of skill sets do I need to bring to this job? So that's a lot of good benefits to networking. Positive influence, of course. Say, for instance, still goes back to referring if you have a friend there or just someone that's been on the job for a lot of years that wants to hand you down some type of knowledge so they can give you a positive influence. All these things give you an advantage in the job market. Then we have leadership programs, Project Stay. Once again, I think I talk about Project Stay all the time. I love it so much. But you get opportunities like this to be student representatives. It helps you, gives you skills. And I mean, they pay you at the end of the semester. But even if they didn't, it's just the fact that you're learning to be a good leader. You're learning to take charge of situations, but do it in a setting to where you get along with everyone. So it's a great opportunity with Project Stay. There's, like I said, there's our cultural trips. Sometimes we go on them, and one of the student representatives will kind of head that up, make sure everybody's together, everybody gets what they need. So like I said, it's just a good leadership role. Also, Project Stay offers you the chance to be a tutor, I believe. You can help with tutoring.
Well, normally, I mean, we do like our workshops that we're doing here. I mean, we have students, student representatives who will call new students into our program. They're kind of like sort of mentor them a little bit, kind of guide them
Well, you
through
got
the
the
process.
leadership course too.
And we do, yep, we
Yes.
do have the leadership course.
Which
that
is
helps
for
that.
it's
Yeah,
not.
You know, you have to be a sophomore standing.
Sophomore.
That's a class that I'm taking right now, a leadership development class, and it's amazing. Matter of fact, I believe Monday I got to come in before a hiring panel and do like an interview with them. I mean, it's a very professional setting, so just like what you would get going out into the business world, it was very, very professional setting. So we got to do that, and it was amazing. I mean, professional dress, go in and talk, answer questions. It teaches you how to be ready for that when you go to apply for a job or to an interview. It teaches you how to come in, how to greet people, how to, your posture, how to interact with those people, which is a good thing. I mean, you need to be able to communicate with them. You need to be able to explain something about yourself when they ask you, tell me something about yourself. You don't need to fumble around and think. You need to be able to come off and tell them. So it gives you the opportunity to learn how to do that. It's awesome. We have Super Leaders, which, like I said, it's a very great program because, like she was talking about her son, look at the opportunities. I mean, it's a great opportunity. And what these programs do, like Super Leaders, they get you out here in the community, in the business community. They take you to places, booming businesses here, industrial areas. Right through the doors, they take you there. You get to get your name out there. You get a hands-on experience. So right there, you're getting an advantage over anyone else that's even here or in the job market.
Well, they got to go to Mercy Hospital for open and got to have hands-on and some kind of virtual reality thing that Timothy did and said it was really awesome. He likes video games anyway. But Timothy is extremely quiet, pretty shy, just doesn't go out and talk to people. So he doesn't know how to network. He didn't know how to network. And Super Leaders completely brought him out of his shell. And like everybody, hey Tim, everybody knew Tim after that. And that was not the way he ever was. So I loved it for him because he really needed to do that.
And as I was saying, it introduces you to the community and career opportunities. It provides a strategic curriculum to enhance their leadership skills. I mean, this is what companies are looking for. I mean, they're not looking for a person they just know is just going to be a pushover and that they're not going to get very much production out of it. But if they got a person that can be a team leader, not be overbearing, but can lead a team successfully, get along with people, and you've got that skill that you know how to manage something, they're going to be looking at you first before as to they would anybody else. There's a few reasons that you should try your best to get a leadership position. For number one, you're spending your hard-earned money, a lot of money to come to school. Why go to school and waste your time? I mean, you want to be successful. So why not? You have the opportunity to fulfill a leadership position Why wouldn't you? I mean, cultivates and develops leadership skills to give you a better understanding of working as a leader with a team. You gain trustworthiness and dependability from others, which can look good on your resume. And you learn how to properly manage a team and manage situations that may occur. If they ask you a question like, what would you do in this situation? Well, you've already been experiencing a leadership position while on campus and taking that role, then you will be able to explain to them, you know, life experiences of how you would handle the situation. I mean, like I said, it's your money, your college career, and your life, you know. I mean, I look around at times and I wonder why that, you know, some of the students here, they're wasting their time. They don't have a clue. They're looking for the party or they're looking for whatever. But, you know, their parents or them in some instances, you're spending your money, you're wasting your time because this is a dog-eat-dog world. I mean, basically, pretty much. It's survival of the fittest when it comes to landing a great job. And I'm not going to waste my time. I did it, you know, 4 years. I was able to take the senior assessment for the criminal justice. I got like the second high score in the nation. One of my professors looked at me and said, "How did you do it?" I said, "Well, I paid attention for 4 years. I haven't come here for nothing and wasted my time." I mean, why would you do that? Why? You know, this is your livelihood. This is your kids' livelihoods. This is everything right here as far as living and well in a society, you know. So I would say take full advantage of every opportunity that you have and cherish that. You know, I'm leaving here fully prepared. You know, I know that I'm going to make it. I've had, like I said, I mean, great experience. I mean, it's emotional for me, seriously, because I've had a really great experience with Project Stay. And so you guys should really take advantage of every aspect of your college career that you can. Thank you, guys.
All right. Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask, you know, since, you know, we talked about all these services, are there any services that we talked about that you're currently benefiting from or would potentially want to benefit from? I'm going to ask Socorro, because remember, I was bugging you earlier. So is there anything that you're currently benefiting from, services-wise, that you think has been good so far?
Project State, besides Project State.
Okay.
I've done the Student Success Center,
Okay.
but every time I need tutor, I always get it faster from Project State. I was on the waiting list, like, I'm not lying, like over a month with Student Success Center, and as soon as I went with Greg, the next day I had an email already. So I like that. And
Yeah.
that's helped me a lot in my grade, because in the beginning of the semester, my grade wasn't that good. And I was like, amazing every exam I had.
So you say tutoring services has probably been by far one of the most important that you've benefited from. Any other thing that you benefited from, you know, services here on campus? Do you like going to, like, for the CAB events, you know, I mean, like going to some of those plays and different events, comedians come?
Yeah, I've gone to almost all of them, I could say. Yeah, I like to go because even when I'm stressed out because of classes or anything, when I go to the comedian, that little laugh that they take out of you, it reduces your stress in a way.
Yeah, and you
So
pay
I
for it.
think-
I mean,
yeah.
you're paying for those, you know, for them to come here and do that. And I look at it as just being able to get away from everything for a little while, you know, from the studying, you know, the paper you have to write or whatever it may be. You know, even if it's an hour or two, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, even the tickets for the movies that you guys were talking about, they raised up their price, but it's only 50 cents, and you still get $8.50 a ticket for any day at any time that you go to a movie. So if you go to a late show, you're saving yourself money.
Yep.
So do you just show them your
Yeah.
ID?
Yeah, go downstairs.
You buy the
and
ticket
you buy the
downstairs,
ticket.
so they'll actually give you the ticket and you just take it to the stand when you go over there and they do it there.
The only thing about them, like for 3D and things like that, they will charge you probably a little extra. But any other movie, regular movie, you just give them the ticket and you go to any movie you want.
So it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad, and it doesn't mean that, you know, you're confined to get, I mean, you can get, you know, several tickets. So it's not like, you know, it can only be you. And so it's pretty good. So, I mean, if you, you know, have a family and you all want to go out to the movies or something, probably be better to get your tickets there.
And if you guys, I don't know how long everybody's been on Project Day, but more points you get, like that helped me a lot with the grants that you guys give because of the activities you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
helped a
Yeah,
lot.
I got it one summer semester and used it for my math 30 class. And I was like, good, I didn't have to pay for that class when I don't get credit for it. So that's how I looked at it. I was like,
Any other stuff that, you know?
I was gonna add, if you do the UE course assistant, you get free credits and you get a stipend for it. Plus it's a leadership class. So you can put that on there as a leadership class as well.
Yeah, it's, we always have a course assistance, you know, for a UE class, and, you know, you go to the first year experience and
Yeah,
talk
your
to them
course
about getting your
assistant.
application, you want to fill it out. I know that there is a GPA requirement, I don't remember exactly what it is,
I think
but.
it is a 2.5, I think, or 3.
Somewhere
I mean, it's not, yeah. And you have to teach 3 classes, so it's not that hard at all. I mean, they do have like a training class in spring for
Yeah.
if you're going
And
to be in the
that's
fall. But
Credits toward.
yeah, it's credits and it's not hard at all. Nothing's hard about it. It's
Yeah.
just learning to lead the class and being there, what you can and can't do or what you can and can't share about your students and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's always good to have. This will be my 3rd semester. And I enjoy it because I like to be a mother to all the students. So I'm like, you know, you need to get your grades up. You know, that's really how I am with the students. But I love it.
So you also need to be a sophomore for the.
Yeah, you need a sophomore. So
How do you get involved in it? How do you?
you go to the first year experience and fill out an application.
It's a good experience, and when she talks about teaching 3, you know, lessons, basically, during that semester, your professor, you know, who's teaching the UE class is gonna do the majority of the work, but there'll be like 3 lessons that you will teach,
Yeah.
that you will correspond with your professor, you know, who's teaching the class to determine what you want to do.
Yeah, you just talk with your professor.
Yeah. And so it's not too difficult.
Like I do money management, I think I did time management. In one class, I think I just went over like, okay, do you guys know how to use Blackboard? Do you know how to use your email? So I kind of went back over all that with them to make sure they were, so it's really,
That's
I mean,
nice. You meet some wonderful people.
yeah, meet a lot of kids.